This is the Washington Times front page for Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The front page is brought to you by Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil. Visit getnativepath.com/EDEMA for up to 66% off and free shipping while supplies last. House Republicans failed to muster enough support to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Stephen Dinan and Alex Miller report the vote failed 214 to 216. 3 Republicans joined Democrats in opposition. Democrats said none of the Republican anger at Mayorkas rises to the level of high crimes and misdemeanors that the Constitution demands for impeachment. A federal appeals court has ruled that former President Trump is not immune from criminal prosecution for his efforts to reverse the results of the 2020 election while in office. Tom Howe reports a 3-judge panel for the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia wrote in a unanimous decision that Trump's stance would collapse our system of separated powers. A criminal case accusing Trump of conspiring against the U.S. and its voters was put on hold while the immunity claims were disputed in higher courts. Trump's attorney had argued that he couldn't be prosecuted for his actions as president because he wasn't impeached and convicted in Congress. Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna Romney McDaniel is planning to resign, party sources tell R. Kerry Pickett and Mallory Wilson. The news came just a day after she met with former President Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate, where they discussed her future with the party. Her departure is expected not long after the South Carolina Republican primary on February 24th. People inside the RNC say McDaniel is likely to receive a soft landing within the party, possibly with a post in the Trump campaign or another job in the conservative ranks. The front page is brought to you by Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil. Native Path Antarctic Krill uses only the purest, highest-grade source of omega-3s from the pristine Antarctic Ocean, and its all-natural, keto-approved ingredients are backed up by solid science. You'll be getting the highest-grade source of omega-3s, as well as the total body benefits of enhanced absorption, plus powerful antioxidants with every dose. And you can order with confidence with a 365-day feel-the-difference money-back guarantee. To order Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil, visit getnativepath.com/EDEMA for up to 66% off and free shipping while supplies last. The D.C. Council passed the massive Secure D.C. Omnibus package by a 12-0 margin, though not without one amendment that took some bite out of the anti-crime bill. Matt Delaney reports at-large independent council member Kenya McDuffie introduced a last-minute change to scale back a no-bail proposal, which would have empowered judges to more easily lock up violent adult and juvenile suspects awaiting trial. Ward 2 Democrat Brooke Pinto, who championed the get tough on crime aspects of the package, warned colleagues that congressional Republicans eager to end the district's autonomy would accuse city leaders of being soft on crime. The episode spotlighted Washington's growing crime crisis, which resulted in multiple congressional hearings and intense scrutiny of the 33% prosecution rate from the U.S. Attorney's Office. And finally, the Supreme Court must decide whether the Constitution's insurrection clause can be used against Donald Trump and his hopes of winning a second term. Alex Schroyer reports the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund told the justices that the insurrection clause applies directly to Trump and the riot by his supporters at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. It points out that some in the mob that temporarily disrupted the Electoral College count, egged on by Trump's claims of a stolen election, carried Confederate flags. The clause was last used more than a century ago by Congress to unseat a socialist lawmaker accused of supporting Germany in World War I. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.